President Trump set to deliver a rare primetime address to the nation tonight. A source familiar with the speech says it will focus in part on election integrity and some of his administration's findings regarding the 2020 election.
It doesn't get bigger because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country.
The courts, election experts, and even some members of Trump's cabinet during his first term have repeatedly stressed there was no widespread voter fraud. But in a tense Senate confirmation hearing Wednesday, the president's pick for Director of National Intelligence, Jay Clayton, repeatedly danced around questions about that election, refusing to directly acknowledge Joe Biden won.
Do you deny that Joe Biden won the 2020 election?
Senator, I'm not an election denier. Joe Biden was certified as the president of the United States.
Who won the 2020 election?
I'm not going to do this with you.
The president also making a sudden reversal on immigration enforcement, scrapping plans to temporarily suspend traffic stops following the fatal ICE shootings of 2 men in Texas and Maine. The president writing on social media, "We cannot give up one of ICE's most important and effective crime-fighting tools." A senior DHS official tells NBC News ICE leaders were surprised by the president's announcement. The nation's borders are now saying he doesn't think the Homeland Security Secretary ever wanted to end the traffic stops permanently.
He wanted to do a short-term policy just to make sure that the agents out there on these operations have the vehicle stop training.
Officials also say neither of the men who were killed were ICE's intended target, and that the officers involved were not wearing body cameras.
We'd like to see more aggressive action on the part of the Congress to protect the lives of people across this country.
Elected officials are now pressing for answers on why agents did not have those body cameras since Congress set aside billions of dollars in funding for ICE. DHS says that body cameras have been deployed to more than half of field offices, and the rest are expected to receive theirs in less than 60 days, Savannah.
Another subject, Gabe, while I have you, at the Defense Department, a new announcement on mandatory screening for U.S. troops. What more do you know?
Yeah, Savannah. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that the Pentagon will now screen soldiers 30 and older for testosterone deficiency as part of their annual health assessment. If the medical team recommends treatment, he says the service member could choose to receive testosterone replacement therapy. The Defense Department declined to say whether there would be estrogen screenings for female service members. Savannah.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.